Hi, welcome back to our tutorial on curve sketching. So what we have in front of you is a quadratic equation in the factorized form, x plus 4, x minus 2. Okay, so it is a total of 4 steps in your curve sketching. I'll go through with you one by one. So the very first step is to find the y-intercept or at the y-axis. Okay, and what we know about y-axis or y-intercept is that the value of x is equals to 0. So we substitute x equals to 0 into this equation. So we will get y equals to 0 plus 4 and 0 minus 2 to give us y equals to negative 8. So at the side, you have the coordinate 0 minus 8 that you need to mark later on. Okay, the next step. After we find the y-intercept or at the y-axis, we need to find out what is at the x-intercept. So at the x-axis, y value equals to 0. So we substitute this again back into the equation, and what we have is actually x plus 4, x minus 2 equals to 0. And if you are familiar, this is just what you do when you solve a quadratic equation, right? So x plus 4 equals to 0, or x minus 2 equals to 0. That means x is negative 4 or x equals to 2. So at the side, your two coordinates are negative 4, 0 and 2, 0. These are your two intercepts at the x-axis. So there you go, the first two steps. The next step is to find out what is the turning point. The turning point is the same as your minimum or maximum point. For a minimum point, that means you have a smiley face curve, while the maximum point is from a sad face curve. Okay, so if you recall, the two values of x in step number 2 are negative 4 and 2. So the x value of your turning point is obtained by taking those two values, which is minus 4, and you add with 2. Okay, add those two values of x obtained in step number 2 and you divide them by 2. Okay, so x is equals to negative 1. Because it is a turning point, you need to know the value of y. So to find the value of y, again, substitute back into the equation of the curve. That means y is equals to minus 1 plus 4 and minus 1 minus 3. And what you will get is y is minus 9. So at the side, your turning point is minus 1 minus 9. Okay? So we got one more step, and this step is the easiest, which is to find your line or symmetry. The line and symmetry is actually your x value of your turning point. So if you look at step number 3, your x value is x equals to minus 1. And that is your equation of line of symmetry. Okay? So once you have all these values, let's go and see how to sketch the curve. So in blue here, all the coordinates that we have obtained earlier on. Let's write down your line of symmetry, which is x equals to minus 1. Okay, so mark all the points. Okay, mark all the points on your axis. So that means I've got this is 0 and negative 8 at the bottom. Minus 4 is here, 2 is here, and minus 1 and minus 9. Okay, so don't forget, this is your y-axis and this is your x-axis. So 0 minus 8, marking is here, minus 4, 0 is here, 2, 0, and minus 1, minus 9. Okay, so you are not supposed, or you do not need to mark your minus 3, minus 2, your 1, 2, 3, 4, or all the values of y-axis, because it's just a curve sketching. Okay, so what you do next is join all these 4 points. Is 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, join all these 4 points with a nice curve using your pencil, and what you get is something like this. Okay, all is done with the marking of your line of symmetry, which is this line here. This is our line of symmetry. So a good practice, okay, a good practice is to label your minimum point or your turning point, which is minus 1, minus 9. Okay? So guys, there you go, the 4 steps in curve sketching. Okay, review this video again so that you have a clearer idea on what needs to be done, and your next step should be to start practicing sketching your curve. Alright, see you at our next video.